Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Kelvin back with another movie review. This one is for Dark Tower. Now, I know a lot of people have either seen this movie or haven't seen the movie. I recently just saw it, that's why I'm doing a review. I'm sorry that it took me a while to actually see this movie. Just been going through a lot of stuff, but I did want to review this movie just so I can give my input and let you guys know if you should see this movie or not. Now, this book is basically based on the Stephen King novels. There's a whole bunch of the Dark Tower novels or the Gunslinger, Man in Black character. And if you're confused as I was, then I guess we're on the same page. Now, I've read some of Stephen King's works. Like, my favorite is the short story that the Shawshank Redemption was based on. I like the 1408. I am a big fan of Cujo. But all his other works I have not read. But I have somewhat enjoyed his movies like The Mist and Pet Cemetery and Cujo and, so on and so on. Stephen King is a prolific writer. He can write horror. He's written murder mysteries. The dude just is brilliant. The only problem that I had as far as this Dark Tower movie, I felt like you should at least try to tell the stories from the books. To say this is a sequel to all of the books. When not a lot of people read the books. So let's just put this story in perspective. So the movie is really about there are other worlds that connect. Earth and other worlds connect, and the one thing that protects all these worlds is the Dark Tower. And if the Dark Tower is destroyed, then hell on earth is basically upon every world. And protecting this tower is the gunslingers. And one of them is Roland, played by Idris Elba. And the one person who wants to destroy it is the Man in Black, played by Matthew McConaughey. Now, I did really like the chemistry between Matthew McConaughey and Idris Elba. I liked the connection with Idris Elba and the kid that was in the movie. And there's some kind of interworld travel, all this other stuff. I thought that was pretty cool. And of course, there's some setup from other Stephen King works like The Shining and other stuff. Like, so if you know all of the Stephen King world, all of it connects. But if you don't know, then you're going to look at the screen in confusement. The movie, to me, if I had to say, I thought it was okay. I thought it could have been a whole lot better if they would have just gave you information instead of just putting stuff as Easter eggs. Like, I'm all for Easter eggs. Sometimes you have to search for it. Sometimes you can get it. Sometimes they'll let you know. And that's cool. But for people who have not read any Stephen King work, you're not gonna get anything that happens in this movie. I mean, there's references to The Shining, there's references to it, but it's like, if you don't know, it's gonna fly over you. That's the problem. And the problem, like I said before, this is a sequel to some books that barely nobody, I wouldn't say nobody, everybody hasn't read. If you love Stephen King and you've read all his books and you like those series, I'm pretty sure that you've seen those or read those books. I have not read those books. So to make a sequel to something that I have no information about, come on. And then you hear about the setup for the television show, which is cool, but come on, don't do that in the movie. Like, on that point, I think they could have did a whole lot better. But that's just my opinion. So you guys tell me what you thought about the Dark Tower. You hit us up on Facebook, and we do movies. You can check out all our reviews on the Facebook page, on the blog page as well as the YouTube page as well. And until then, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you next time. Peace.